looking at the leather, you know, I'm just pulling it apart. It's completely dead, the leather on that side. It's the same on this side, I dare say. It's just crumbling. So we assume the leather base is completely dead. Welcome back into episode 109. So when I first started out on this journey, I started numbering these episodes and I never actually thought it through. I never thought how far I would get. And I kind of regret it now because 109 episodes is a lot of episodes. And it constantly reminds me how long I've spent doing this car and making videos. But I can't stop now, so we'll just forget that. So episode 109. In last week's video you saw me doing, what was I up to? Probably doing some I was cutting those, the door cloths, wasn't I? So what I meant to do last week really was give you a introduction to my interior. So the previous 107 odd episodes were all about the mechanical side of the car. That's pretty much wrapped up. There's obviously going to be some bits to do as we go along, but I'm calling that done. I'm turning my focus now to the interior and the bodywork. First things first though, the interior. And what I wanted to do was give you a look around my interior and sort of talk it through a little bit, just so you know what I'm thinking and what the plan is, so you can start advising me actually, but so you know what's going on. And there's a little treat towards the back end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for the moment, let's just jump in. I'm going to get the car out and then we'll have a little walk around on the inside. You can see what's what, and we'll go from there. Of course not the focus of this video, but just so you see, it mechanically ticks over really nice, really runs well, looks pretty good. It's not what I'd call showroom or brand new condition, but I think it's looking pretty sweet. Right, opening the door on the car obviously is a bit of a mess. As you know, I've got the door cards off, so this looks horrendous, but they're in hand, so I'm not really looking at that. There is the trim across the top of the door that I've actually not looked at, but it looks okay to me. It's not ripped or anything. Come around this side, I can see one of the clips that must have popped out, something down the end here. If there even is a clip, doesn't seem to, oh, there's one up here. Okay, that one's clicked out, and there's probably one missing from about there, but obviously that would be fine. In terms of rubbers and scrapers here, there's something on this inside. You can just see on that edge there, there's one. The outside's got a bit, but I believe there's another one that goes along there that, if I remember, it fell out while I was going along the motorway. I went back and picked it up, but it was completely shredded, nothing left. So I need to buy new rubbers there, and I think they're the ones that bend up here, those sort of the stupidly expensive things. So I have to resolve that. So that's pretty much the door. More on the door card probably next week as I'm rebuilding and reclothing it and whatever. Then let's look at the dash. The dash obviously is an eyesore at the moment because I stripped off the leather because it had completely crumbled, but revealing this, and I've been going over it slowly, taking off the glue. There's a little crack that you can see just there. That's the only crack on the dash that I can see, and I was experimenting just for fun really, painting it black with the dye, really again just to see what happens. I do plan on painting it, getting one of the leather covers on there, so I'm not overly worried about it. It was more just experiment. But I think it's all complete. It's got the things, what do we call those, both sides. Other than that, it's got both vents at the top. They're uncracked, so that's good. But yeah, the dash isn't bad. Right, just jumping inside then. So the center console. It's tatty. I'm just sort of running my fingers over it to see where the scores are and things. It's actually not bad. Obviously it's worn here. All the colour has come off there and there. And remember, this used to be tan, so this colouring is what someone's put on more recently. It's bowed a bit here, but I think they do that. I think they're all like that. Coming up the sides looks okay. So this center console is actually pretty good, I think. In terms of these, this vent is fine. These switches sort of pop off. Sorry, pointing down at the floor. These are a bit loose, but generally it's all there, fine. Obviously, someone's cut here and here to put a whatever size radio in, the more modern standard size. So I need to see what I can do about that. Either I put a radio in that is that wide, so I don't see that it's missing, or I need to buy one of these, which I know they're stupidly expensive. Something to think about. Button, clock, and a blank. Nothing crazy there. Ashtray, all present and correct. Nothing interesting. The gear selector's fine, apart from this is not attached. And inside there's a little sort of like a pin that anchors it to the lever. That is broken, so you can move this up and down, so you never know what gear you're in, which is fun. Otherwise okay. Window switches I popped in, and this is where normally there's the rear wiper and the sunroof. I don't have a sunroof. I don't know how I do my rear wiper. Oh, that's over here, I guess. It's probably this switch here, isn't it? Anyway, that's there. So this should be a blanking plate. Someone's drilled a hole in it for an alarm, but we can talk about that another time. Sort of just pushing on then, so the actual sort of binnacle cluster, whatever you want to call it, all present and correct, all looking fine, apart from where the key goes in. If I just pull the key out, you can see it's sort of crumbled away here a little bit. It's only on this edge, so I need to work out what to do there. I mean, for the moment I'll ignore it. They come up occasionally on eBay, and it's really a matter of if there's a better one than what I've got. The cluster, you would have seen my previous videos on that. That's looking very good. Not all of it works, so that's something I'm going to have to resolve further down the line. But I mean, the speed, the RPM works, the fuel occasionally works, and the battery works. The other ones, I think it's just a faulty circuit board on the back. Steering wheel, if you remember, I don't know how many episodes ago, it's probably about 80 episodes ago, I bought a 928S steering wheel, which was immaculate. I mean, it's never been used, it's brand new. And almost from the day I bought it, I regretted it, because this is the correct wheel, and it shouldn't have an S steering wheel, which is a slightly different design. So I need to retrim this if I'm going to keep it and sell the other steering wheel. If you want a brand new steering wheel, let me know. I'll try and put a picture up so you know which one I've got. Obviously this is just falling apart, so I need to recover this somehow. If anyone knows how to recover one, please send me a link. I very happily do it myself. If it's something I shouldn't do, let me know and tell me who I should use. So that's fine. We've got the indicator stalks are okay. Mine doesn't cancel, actually, I noticed. When you put it on, it just stays on. I don't know why. Then come around this side. So let's deal with this elephant in the room. This is obviously where the glove box goes. Now, I took mine out because I was trying to get the blower unit out from on the other side. So I took this out. There was a lot of rust in here. I don't know if you can see that from there. It's pretty rusty there. So I took mine out thinking, right, I'll restore it, and it's just sat on my side. At some point I need to put it back in, but I don't put it in because the dash is going to come out. So it's just sort of, you know, one of those puzzle pieces. It's broken a little bit, so I need to work out if I can repair or if I need to pick another one up. Something to think about down the line, really. Carpet wise, so this side and the other side are pretty good. This mat is pretty good. It's a little bit crumpled, but nothing scary. Door card, come around that side now. It's the same story as the other side. There is no or very minimal sort of scrapers and rubbers on the door there. On the window. So I need to work out what to do there. I think it's the same story with this as the other side. It's all present and correct. Same, the surround of the windscreen on the inside is fine. Just feeling around, that's all feels okay. What will need a bit of work, and it's probably too dark for you to see. don't know if I can get you a good angle, is the headliner. So the headliner here is bowing down. I don't think I can get you a good look, but it starts to bow down. Now if I can get the headliner out, I'm happy that I can reshape it. It's doing the same here at the back. Other than that, it's pretty much spot on. There's a little tiny mark here, but really nothing to worry about. So happy with the headliner. Let me just try and pull this seat forwards. Right, come around the back then. So you've got the this panel here, I don't know what you call it, the rear quarter leather interior thing. It looks good from here, is what I would say. I know that that back quarter bit there has broken quite heavily and is quite misshapen. So I need to work out if I'm trying to repair it or what. I don't really know. The grab handle, just feeling that actually that's fine. So you can't see, that's okay. The rear seats are the wrong colour, obviously. We'll deal with that later. It's a problem further down the line. This panel here looks good. The middle console, I'll just swap hands a little bit. Right, the middle console is all good apart from is the cigarette burn here. And I need to see if I can fill that. But otherwise it's in pretty okay condition. It's very dirty, but it all works. I don't know if I can open it. It's all empty at the moment. It's all fine. Ashtray's all fine. Everything present and correct. I think that's everything. We've got both rear visors, a little bit misshapen, but they're both there. I've got the light that goes here, and the same on the front, the light that goes up here. I've got those in a box somewhere. Right, just moving to the back of the car. So this panel over here is actually pretty good. It's actually quite soft. I haven't really felt it particularly. I think it's pretty good. So that one's probably okay. Coming across, there's the spare wheel cover. Hard to replace, it's got written on it. Fragile, hard to replace. They're not joking there. So I kind of keep that out the way. The rug on the back is pretty dead. I folded it over, but it's pretty much dead. I'm missing a cover on my battery box. If anyone's got one of those, let me know. I think that's probably been replaced somewhere in its lifetime because it's solid. It's one of the few pieces of the car that is. I'm missing the back trim here. I think there's something that goes under there. What else is there back here? You can see the sort of tailgate lining is warped. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to restore that. I tell you what I'm missing is I've got one of those that's broken. The little sort of guide, I guess you call it, seatbelt guide. I need to try and pick one of those up or repair my one. What else is there back here? I think I'm missing something here. I can't remember. I think there's a plastic insert or something that goes there. This side you can see this is a little bit dead, but you know, it's not horrendous. I think that's all there is back here, isn't it? Right, exciting day today. That is a crate with a whole interior in it, or as much of the interior as I could find. Very kind gentleman over in Ireland agreed to sell it to me, and it just arrived. So with hammer and Stanley knife, I'm going to cut it open, get all the bits out. Well, I'll have a look, get it back in the garage. Light's fading fast, so I need to work quick. And let's just see what I've got. That is a lot of wrapping. I finally bought myself an impact driver. Okay, so there's rear seats. One rear seat. Very dirty, but it needs a solid cleanup, but looking pretty good. No rips on that at all. Second seat looks pretty much the same, dirty but not ripped. Very good. Two door inserts, very useful. That goes down the side of the transmission tunnel. Just about. So in there is a complete carpet set. Yep. In pretty good condition as well, but that's a passenger mud carpet. So complete carpet set there, very useful. Let's get them indoors. Okay, these are obviously the rear internal panels. Not bad. A little bit of work on this bottom side here. The ones in my car aren't bad actually, so surplus requirement, but not looking bad. Both out in one go. Actually, this side's a bit better condition. Yeah, this one's like, I don't want to use the word like new, but it's not warped. Or along the window either. Very good. The door card is probably, it's better condition than the one I'm restoring. And it's got full leather already on it. I might be able to match against that leather as well, which is quite handy. Vinyl as these are. Yeah, it's not bad. It's even got the speaker sill on it. And that's the rear, I don't have one of those actually, that's the rear toolbox cover, isn't it? I think at the rear back of the car. Right, that's a passenger seat. That's the passenger. A bit on the faded side, but not looking awful. The leather's in very good condition. Probably slightly more green than black anymore. I think it's what it started life as. But the seat is actually in really good condition. Oh, let's try and take it indoors. So driver's seat has definitely seen better days. That bottom is looking pretty ropey, but I have my seats, the bottom of my seats, which I could probably just pull across. Not awful. Get it indoors. Right down the bottom there we've got the electric motors, which I don't know if I can, probably still can't move this. Right, that's the crate empty. Not a bad haul really. The driver's seat obviously needs some work on that. I need to work out what to do. The leather's a bit deteriorated, which on my original seats is probably better, so I might be able to get some just to swap those across, try and retain some originality. But not bad, not bad. Maybe faded a little bit more than I'd like. They're slightly greener than black now, but still, it's that's originality for you, isn't it? It's nice just to have something from that era back in the car. Right, so let's start with the worst first. This is the driver's seat. Now, looking at the leather, I'm just pulling it apart. It's completely dead, the leather on that side. It's the same on this side, I dare say. It's just crumbling. So we assume the leather base is completely dead. Now going up the sides is actually really good. So we'll look at that in a second. This base though, what I need to work out is if the material is okay to keep. I know it's got a few rips in it, but they'll be able to repair that. What I like is that it's authentic and it matches the rest of the Pasha that's in there. You can actually see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but when I squeeze it around, that it is just faded. And maybe some of that will actually come back when I clean it up properly. But this is definitely the worst part of the new interior. Yeah, it's not pretty at all. What I'm hoping, well, first I guess, does anyone have one of these Pasha bases sitting around in their garage? That would be amazing. Because I know I can just unclip it and clip it back on. This, as I say, this was black and white Pasha. So if you have one, please let me know. Alternatively, what I can try to do is take the base off my current driver's seat, which has got good leather, there's no problem with that leather at all, and take it somewhere and get them to take this material off, fix this material, so repair it, and then stitch it all back together and I put it back on. That sounds a bit of a long process, but I'm sure it would work. Actually, you can see the the real colour under there. I'm just zooming you in a little bit on the back. Like I say, it seems really good. This is very unfaded in the gaps. The leather feels really nice. Considering that's the driver's side where you scrape in and out, it's not bad. I mean, it's just started to go on the piping a little bit. I'm not going to play with it too much. But the actual leather isn't bad at all. Up the top there, I know you can't see it, but it's same story, no problems at all with that. So not horrendous. So I've not had time to dive deep inside that big black bag of carpets. Apart from this one, I just pulled it out now. This is the driver's side. Obviously the accelerator pedal goes here. That is extremely good. I was trying to see. I mean, obviously, okay, so it's just started to wear on the back there. But, I mean, it looks like new compared with mine. Oh, well, you know, used but new, I would call that. That's really promising. So I need to dig through that bag properly. I just haven't had time. But it's looking pretty good, I would say, on the carpet front. Right, this is the passenger side seat. Wow, look at the dust. Very dusty, but I mean, I've had a quick look over. I think it is completely unripped. Yeah, it's not a single rip on that base at all. That's fantastic. And the same up here. All looking very good. The leather, yeah, very good as well. No rips at all. Tiny bit of wear on there, but nothing. So the passenger side is fantastic. And that's part of why I don't want to put new Pasha on the driver's side. Because once I do that, it will stand out really badly. It will look really stupid. I think the best thing to do, well, if I can reuse that material, that'd be great. If I can replace it with one that is of the same sort of vintage, great. If I have to put new Pasha on there, that's going to look a bit odd, but it might be the route I have to go. I need to work out what to do with that. But really not bad at all. I think it's really promising. These seats are electric as well. I've got all the mechanism that goes underneath them. My original ones weren't. Although, as I keep saying, original, I don't think they're the original seats anyway. I think, well, I know my interior was tan, and I think somewhere along the line someone said, I need a black and white car, so they painted all the interior black, and the seats were probably tan leather Pasha inserts or material, and I'm guessing it was tatty or something, so they took those seats out and bought some on eBay and retrimmed them. That's what I think happened to mine. And I've got a weird feeling that underneath my driver's seat and passenger seat is the electrics that plug into electric front seats. I need to have a look. I know there's some wires under there. I've not actually had the seats out. They were loose when I bought the car, and I just bolted them down quickly because it was a bit dodgy driving around or moving the car with them not bolted. So, fingers crossed, there is the correct wiring for the electric seats. If there isn't, I've got a couple of choices. I can either just put these in and not move them because I can't move it. There's no manual adjustment, or which I could do as a short-term project, or I sort the wiring out. And knowing, you know, I'm getting fairly familiar with the Porsche wiring loom nowadays. The once very scary circuit diagram works for me now, so I could probably rewire it. I'm fairly confident that wouldn't be too hard. So that's a project for further down the line, though. I'm just placing these rear seats back in. I'm trying to work out what's what here. Perhaps if I just put it next to it. It's got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so it's this, and this is the bit that's got the actual sort of stitch to the leather. I don't have that in Pasha. That's what I'm missing, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to need to get that, and more than likely I'm just going to have to buy a sheet of Pasha, aren't I, that does this piece, one at either side, and then if I have to use it on the front driving seat, then fine. I probably need a meter all in or something. It's not a great deal of Pasha. Right, that wraps up this week's video. Hopefully that's given you a good view of what my interior is like at the moment, and you've had a sort of sneak preview over the goodies I've managed to acquire in the last couple of weeks. I'm still missing some bits. I probably forgot to tell you about some other bits. I can't remember. But that's going to be the focus of the next few videos, probably more than a few, I'm thinking. There's going to be quite a lot of videos. Start typing in comments about what I do with the base of this seat. Bear in mind, I've got a driver's seat that's got really good leather. This driver's seat is obviously the dead leather, really bad leather. So what should I do? Do I swap them over? How do I do it? Tell me what to do there, please. feel free to tell me how to restore this leather. What I've got here is, and I got this off of one of the other YouTube channels, that saddle, what's it called? It's needs for oil, it's for doing saddles, you know, horse riding saddles. And I've been using that on various bits of leather along my my journey. It seems really good. Someone said a while back, I think it was on the Ratarossa channel actually, he had his Ferrari seats and he soaked it in this stuff and then wrapped them in cling film, put them in a warm room, and it really brought the leather back. So if you know much about that, please tell me about that. But I think that's it. Next week I'll be back on the door cards. I wanted to do this video before I went too far with the door cards, so you see where I am, you know, what the interior is like, and what goodies I just got. But anyway, wrapping up, like, subscribe, leave me some comments please. Do subscribe, that really helps. Hit the 2,000 mark recently, which is a massive milestone, so thank you for that. Also, I might start listing items I'm missing, because I know a lot of you guys have spare bits in your garage. I'm happy to buy them or whatever works, but some things I just can't get hold of. So I might start putting at the end of the video, along with the what I've spent, the things I need. So if you have anything, please let me know. The easiest way of contacting me is on Instagram. There's a link in my videos. Every video's got a link back to my Instagram channel. Anyway, so thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.